Today is March 25th, 2018. Hope you're well. Today we're going to talk about creation. And we're going to talk about energy and all that kind of crazy stuff. We all have energy. We all are energy. Let's just say that. And the energy that we are, let's just say, desires to recreate itself. Okay? That makes sense. Whether that energy is what you would call positive or negative, beneficial or harmful, whatever it is, and not just within us, all energy seeks to, as far as I understand, I'm no scientist, but from what I can put together, it seems that energy, it wants to replicate itself or recreate itself. So, and in us, when it comes to emotions, it's the same. So that's why we have sayings like, misery loves company, for instance. So, we'll depersonalize this. And we're not saying a miserable person wants to make other people miserable. Because on a conscious level, nobody's going to say that. Yeah, I feel like crap, and guess what? Everybody's going down. Everybody who's around me, get ready, because you're going to be miserable too, because I'm miserable and I want company. No, but the feeling of it is really strong, and people who are in that place, that's what's going to happen, because it wants to keep itself going. All right, it wants to. That's we're creative beings. The world is a creation. Everything is about creativity, movement, evolution, all of it. So when I'm gonna have to close this door. Hold on just a moment. So that energy that we're feeling in a form of emotion, it's going to seek to its continuance, basically, right? And the trick is, the funny thing, not funny like haha, but oftentimes people are unaware that they're actually doing the bidding for those emotions. They're not really aware that, oh, the thing that I'm doing right now is I'm perpetuating these feelings that I'm experiencing, because blah blah blah. That most people are not thinking about it like that. It's just, it's an outlet. And so and recently I've been discovering this, that even when we're not aware of it, maybe somebody who's observing would be able to see very, very clearly that that's, after repeated occurrences, someone looking in might be able to perceive, and see that this is something that is happening. It might even be easier to see that in other people than in our own lives, as oftentimes you can't see it when you're in it. But anyway, that's just something that came to me recently, that that happens. Um, and vice versa, when somebody is feeling good, and when the energy rather is one that produces that emotion of joy and togetherness and all of that kind of stuff, it also is going to want to continue. And because everything is movement, for energy to continue, it has to replicate, because it's hard to articulate, but everything, the process of life, of birth and death, is instantaneous in that world, in that place. So in order for the energy that, let's just slow this down to a 1/1,000,000th of the time, right? Let's slow this down so that we can kind of see what's happening. So let's just say I'm a particle, and I want to continue, but my life and my death are immediate, back to back. And the only way I can continue is by replication, right? And technically, that's not me anymore. I know this sounds kind of kooky, but just try to follow. It's not me anymore, but because it's the same quality, basically it's me. So just like when Jesus said, I and my Father are one, kind of thing. It's such the pristine quality of exactness that it is the thing. And because of the movement factor, and because the thing itself has existed and departed almost simultaneously, its existence depends on replication, right? So that makes kind of sense. So that's what's happening. And so now we'll bring it back down to regular, understandable talk. So when we're in a joyful state or happy state, or the energy in us is that kind of a quality, then it wants to, by reaching out to find some similarity somewhere of itself, it'll connect to that, and it will continue. All right. It will continue to exist, so to speak, whether it's through interaction with other people. Even I wonder, if you ever take a walk and you're just kind of observing, you're just kind of feeling in your heart your surroundings, and the nature, that there is that communication that happens there too, when you breathe in the fragrance of the flowers, and there's that expression, when something speaks to your heart, that's a form of communication, right? So that whatever that quality is, and the fragrance that you just took in, and you really took it in, it was sharing itself with you and connecting to those aspects in yourself that are its like. All right. And so it continues to exist in you. Not the fragrance itself, but within that, the fragrance is just a manifestation of it in a form that one of our five senses can perceive, right? But that quality is still, it is still communicated. It's a communion. And the way you feel after that, the way we feel, someone walks past us, and through our expression and maybe our voice, if we greet the person, or even just passing by them, some of that, if there's anything in that other person that is like, will receive that again, and it'll continue, you see? So let's bring it back down. What was the original thought? Let's come back. So energy is about recreation, or like we said, a regeneration of itself to continue on. And that was kind of going to be a precursor to an introduction to the thought that was really coming to me yesterday and today again, and having to do with when we're holding an energy, it needs an outlet because of this, we're going to call desire to replicate itself, to regenerate itself. It needs an outlet. And whether that energy is within us feels like anger, jealousy, joy, cooperation, whatever it is, it wants to express itself so that it can continue. And so we really were going to kind of develop that as far as when we're dealing with other people. You see, really getting to the root, the core, as much as we possibly can right now, of the feelings that we have, and the thought that came was the word useless. And when energy is not finding a place to plant itself and continue, it feels stagnant and useless, and that's not a good feeling. So even in a case where a person is in a crappy mood and then they lash out, unleash, that feels good, even though there's a part of them that regrets that behavior. But anyway, that's what we'll develop in our second installment of this. So that's it for now. Thank you very much. Wish you much love. Bye.